Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brother K reporting from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Part 2, day 19 of the Midwest Circumcision Crisis protests. We have reached millions of people, ladies and gentlemen, on this 19 plus days. Tomorrow is day 20. Millions of people on the streets, on social media, and on mainstream media. And we've had 2 reporters out here today. One this morning in Racine and one this afternoon in Kenosha. And you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we did not know about this construction project, but it actually works to our advantage because the traffic is backed up everywhere and slow, and we always have captive audiences, ladies and gentlemen, but you can see here Lonnie is watching. Hello, Lonnie. Thank you. Brandon, thank you. Kenosha, Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen. Day 19 of the 20-day Midwest Circumcision Crisis protests. And you can see the traffic is just backed up and slowed down because of this major construction project, which we are told will take 2 more years. David Atkinson, I was told that this construction project will take 2 more years.
Yeah, I overheard that when the officer was here. Here comes someone to possibly talk with us. I guess it's a friend of that guy. But yeah, I wasn't aware, because the Street View is not up to date on Google Street View. I wasn't aware of all this construction, but and if I had been, I might not have chosen this intersection, but it works pretty well. I mean, we don't get to cross the street or stand on the islands very much, but there are cars everywhere and they can see us, so
and our viewers can see. You can see the construction zone, ladies and gentlemen, and the heavy traffic inside the construction zone. We have a captive audience, as I said, always at intersections and stoplights, ladies and gentlemen. But Emily Knows All is watching. Emily Knows All, and Emily is an intactivist. Thank you, Emily. Ambrose is watching. Thank you all. Thank you all for your intactivism around the world, around the United States. Pamela Moore Garber says, keep up the good work. Thank you, Pamela Moore Garber. And Pamela, I see you on all those circumcision posts where people brag that they just circumcised their sons. And you get on there and share information with them, and they don't brag too long, do they, Pamela? They quickly shut down their posts, because when you share educational information with them, they suddenly are not so proud that they allowed a corrupt American doctor to circumcise their son. And we know, ladies and gentlemen, we know that parents don't understand what they're signing for when they let a doctor or a nurse pressure them into circumcising their sons. Doctors and nurses try to blame parents, but we know that the true blame belongs with the hospitals, the doctors, and the nurses who twist a parent's arm. They harass parents. They manipulate parents. They come at you, ladies and gentlemen, to get you to sign on that dotted line so that they can cut off part of your son's penis and add him to the millions of innocent, healthy babies that they have tortured on the circumcision rack, ladies and gentlemen. Circumcision is torture. And there it is, just as if by magic, there's the sign. Circumcision is child abuse. Circumcision is child abuse, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely disgraceful what American doctors are doing to our children. Absolutely disgraceful, corrupt, and unethical. So we are out here, ladies and gentlemen, in Kenosha, Wisconsin. You can see the traffic backed up under their towering water structure, ladies and gentlemen. Garrison Davis watching. Thank you, Garrison. Says, circumcision should not be on the menu. And no, you're absolutely correct, Garrison. Circumcision should not be on the menu. And we know who put it on the menu. American hospitals and American doctors. They served up that menu to parents, ladies and gentlemen. Unethical, corrupt American doctors and hospitals and nurses. Nurses are to blame also, ladies and gentlemen. Nurses are the pawns of the American medical establishment. They force nurses to participate in this abomination. This cruel injustice, ladies and gentlemen. This injustice that wounds American men and children, boys and girls around the world. You can see the traffic is just really heavy at this construction site, ladies and gentlemen. Simon Tenkate is watching from the Netherlands. Welcome, Simon Tenkate. And behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen, Simon Tenkate does so much for Bloodstained Men. Thank you, Simon Tenkate. And Simon actually toured with us also in the Carolinas several years ago.
Boys are born perfect. Hell yeah. Thank you. Join us. Be on the right side of history. Boys are born totally perfect. All mammals are born with foreskin. Research functions of the foreskin. Protect your boy. Intact genitals are a human right.
Yes, and Pamela Moore, you are absolutely correct. The nurses universally bring that tortured baby back to the parent, that baby who has been rendered unconscious by the circumcision torture. And they dare to tell the parent that he slept through circumcision. That would be like a heavyweight champion knocking out another man, and they suspend the fight and say, well, the other guy is just taking a nap. Boxers don't nap, ladies and gentlemen. When they're knocked out, they're knocked out. Babies don't nap when you cut off part of their sex organ. They're knocked out, ladies and gentlemen. They don't nap. They don't sleep. Do you believe the lies these American doctors, nurses, and hospitals tell parents? And it's all part of the game of just manipulating parents into thinking that they can trust these corrupt penis cutters, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the steady stream of traffic, ladies and gentlemen, coming past the protest here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. We were in Racine earlier today. And I actually don't mind the fact that we got here and found a construction zone. I told my colleagues on the road crew, you know, this actually works to our advantage. Traffic is going to be backed up. It's going to be slower. And we're going to get to show them our signs for an extended period of time because the traffic is just backed up, ladies and gentlemen, due to the construction here in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Megan SP is watching. MJ Hillen. Thank you all for your intactivism. This is what it takes, ladies and gentlemen. We are driven to the street corners of the United States, cities from coast to coast, to appeal to the American public, to grow a conscience, do the right thing, and protect our children from genital mutilation, which is our job. That is our job. That is the task, the responsibility of our generation, ladies and gentlemen, not to let this curse go on for another generation, but to end it once and for all, to protect all children, all boys and girls around the United States, around the nation, and around the world, ladies and gentlemen, to protect children from genital mutilation. American doctors gave the ancient penis sacrifice medical cover by claiming that circumcision was not just the sacrifice of your son's penis, but it was also beneficial for him. That circumcision was a kindness, that you were doing him a favor to cut off part of his penis, ladies and gentlemen. American doctors twisted reason and compassion on its head and deceived an entire nation. What gall, what nerve, what cruelty to claim that cutting off part of a child's sex organ is doing him a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable that American doctors dared to try it and got away with it. The gall to try it, but then they got away with it. They duped an entire nation, ladies and gentlemen, into thinking that circumcision was medicine. The ancient curse was not medicine, ladies and gentlemen, and never would be, never will be. Circumcision will always be a curse over the people of the world. Male and female circumcision, ladies and gentlemen. If we had female circumcision in the United States, no one would deny that it was wicked and evil. But we have male circumcision, ladies and gentlemen, and doctors are not claiming, they refuse to acknowledge that circumcision is evil. They refuse to acknowledge that male circumcision harms boys. No, they claim that they're doing the boys a favor. Circumcision is an irrational sacrifice of the best part of your son's sex organ, ladies and gentlemen. That is the bottom line, and that is what it will always be. It will never change, ladies and gentlemen. What will change is that we will make it illegal. We will protect our children from genital mutilation, ladies and gentlemen. That's our job. That's our vow. That's our responsibility, to protect all children, boys and girls, from the curse of genital mutilation. Doctors circumcise babies because adults would never agree to it. Adults would never put up with it, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why they circumcise girls in those cultures that do it. They do it, and there's someone blowing black smoke on us, ladies and gentlemen. Rolling coal over people out here protesting for human rights. Human rights for American boys and the men they become. They curse us, they flip us off, they spew their toxic black poisonous smoke over our men and women, ladies and gentlemen. But we have also gotten a lot of support, a lot of thumbs up, a lot of windows down and people shouting support for us, honks of support. Kenosha, Wisconsin, ladies and gentlemen. Bloodstained men and their friends fighting back for the human rights of our nation's sons. Why do we have to fight, ladies and gentlemen? Because American doctors are greedy and corrupt. They will not do the right thing. They will not give up their lucrative income from newborn male genital mutilation. And it is lucrative, ladies and gentlemen. The average doctor who circumcises 1 day a week, 1 morning a week, 4 hours a week, 1 hour a week, they bring in tens of thousands of dollars a year doing that. 1 hour a week will make a doctor $50,000 to $100,000 a year. It's easy money, ladies and gentlemen. Easy money. So that's why American doctors, nurses, and hospitals will not give up circumcising our children. It's a money train. It's a money train for them, ladies and gentlemen. They won't give it up because it's easy money. As for the mishaps, the deaths, the babies who die, the babies who live with deformed penises, the men who suffer devastating injuries beyond the normal injury, and the normal injury is devastating, ladies and gentlemen. But the men who suffer injuries beyond the norm, beyond the normal, suffer devastating injuries. Some of those men cannot have children because they cannot consummate the sex act, ladies and gentlemen. They are that injured, they are that wounded by the loss of sensation. They cannot get erections. And there's Ron Lau across the street, the founder of TLC Tugger, the foreskin restoration device. Tom Maples is watching. Hello, Tom Maples in Mobile, Alabama. We met Tom at the AAP convention in New Orleans several years ago. Tom and his daughter. Thank you, Tom. And thank you to your daughter for helping us get the photographs of the Mobile billboard. We always appreciate eyes on the ground, ladies and gentlemen. We currently have 2 billboards up. We have a billboard up in La Crosse, Wisconsin, and a billboard in Rockford, Wisconsin. So if you live in those areas, get a photo. Send us a photo of that billboard, of those billboards, and get us some night photos as well. The billboards are illuminated at night, brightly, and it makes a very dramatic photograph. Be sure to get traffic in the foreground. Traffic in the foreground always makes it a more dramatic photograph. But you can send those to me, Brother K, or you can send them to this page, Bloodstained Men. You can see, ladies and gentlemen, just a really incredibly busy intersection here that we're working. Bloodstained men on the front lines of the struggle for human rights in the United States. And we're able to do this, ladies and gentlemen, because of your support. While I'm on the topic of your support, my least favorite job is asking for your donations. But please do donate, ladies and gentlemen. All of us, every single one of us out here are volunteers. All volunteers. We don't get paid for this work, ladies and gentlemen. We could not do this work if we paid ourselves out of your donations. That's never been even a consideration. Your donations fund our travel expenses. So we donate our time, and your donations enable us to pay our airfare, our hotel rooms, our van rental, our meals, and that's how we're able to do it, ladies and gentlemen. So when you see the volunteers out here, it's because you have donated to Bloodstained Men. If you want to donate today, you can go to the homepage of where you're seeing this podcast, Bloodstained Men and Their Friends, and on the homepage there is a donate button. You can also go to our website, bloodstainedmen.com, and donate through PayPal on the PayPal button. There's a drop-down menu on the right on bloodstainedmen.com. And you see the donate menu, and you can donate through PayPal, or you can send us a check to our post office box in Davis, California. Your donations have enabled Bloodstained Men to protest in cities across the nation for 10 years now. We deeply appreciate it. We could not do this without your kind support and donations. Les Blackmore is watching. Thank you, Les. And you can see, ladies and gentlemen, just motorists in all directions see Bloodstained Men and our protest against infantry. There's a honk of support. That was a good loud one. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my live broadcast here from Kenosha, Wisconsin. It was cold and windy earlier. It's still windy, but it's not cold anymore. You can see the sun came out. And we will be in Chicago tomorrow. You can see that specific location. It's a suburb of Chicago. You can see that on our events page. Go to bloodstainedmen.com. There's a honk of support. Go to bloodstainedmen.com and you will see the drop-down menu with events, and that will give you all the details you need to join us in a Chicago suburb tomorrow. That's just an awesome visual at the Kenosha water tower, and the Bloodstained Men protesters here, ladies and gentlemen. Just a striking photograph. And the picture is shaking a little bit because I'm walking over a lot of construction. The ground has been rearranged by the construction here on this corner, so it's I'm having to be careful. Just a major construction project, but there it is, the Kenosha Water Tower and the Bloodstained Men. I'm going to show you something really interesting. You'll find this. This is not intactivism related, but there's a Walgreens here. And I want to show you what's these clever little sparrows. Maybe someone in the audience will be able to identify exactly what kind of sparrows or little birds they are. But let me show you what these beautiful little birds, I'll call them sparrows. I believe they are sparrows. Let me show you what they're doing though here at Walgreens in Kenosha. Do you see the letters that form the word pharmacy? P-H-A-R-M-A-C-Y. I saw this earlier, and I want to show this to you because it's really charming. These little sparrows have built nests in the letters, and they're working and coming back. They must have little And there's one, he's actually got a, right there in the letter A. In the center of the A, it looks like the mama is actually feeding little chicklings in there. And you can see them flying here. I just thought that was just a lovely sight. So we are designed to take care of our young, ladies and gentlemen. We are designed to protect and nurture and nourish our young and bring them to adulthood, to full maturity, safe, intact, protected from harm. And American circumcision is a betrayal of that trust, a betrayal of that instinct. The corrupt, twisted path that American doctors took to betray our nation has been discussed in numerous books, articles, videos. The distinguished attorney and legal scholar and law professor Peter Adler has written extensively about it and has recently published a book called Circumcision is Fraud. Circumcision is a Fraud. You can go on Amazon and see that, find that. Circumcision is a fraud, ladies and gentlemen. A consensus has formed in the American medical community that doctors are guilty of medical fraud. And I believe the subtitle is The Coming Legal Judgment. American doctors are going to pay for what they've done, ladies and gentlemen. Circumcision has always been a fraud. They have gotten away with it for almost 100 years. There's a hunk of support. So that's my report, ladies and gentlemen, today from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Beautiful, beautiful sunny sky now to end day 19 of the Midwest Circuit. Thank you. I'm trying to read the name because I'm having to read with one eye in this glare. Monique, I believe. And thank you for all those lovely comments. So that's a fitting way to end my live broadcast today, ladies and gentlemen, from Kenosha, Wisconsin. Day 19, I'm wrapping it up. One more day, ladies and gentlemen, and then the road crew is going to fly home on Sunday, and we will see you again in New England this summer. The last week of July and the first week of August, Bloodstained Men will be on the road throughout the Boston area and New England into Maine, New Hampshire, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Vermont. Bloodstained Men on the march for the human rights of American boys and the men they grow into, and to protect all children from genital mutilation. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. See you tomorrow.